This is Ia, the person that willingly and perhaps unnecessarily decided to always make original videos for our ENI channel. Yet, such a foolish decision has led to great improvement in my art and even to learning animation, which turned out to be a lot of fun. So yeah, this corner is slightly different from our usual videos though, because I thought it would also be cool to share a little of my art process. So this time around, I'll be drawing something from a long time ago that I found while I was going through some old notebooks. Hi. At first I thought it was awful, but as I wondered if my teachers from that time ever thought I had any future in art, I realized some of the shapes are actually pretty interesting, especially the hair. How I made it resemble bat wings, well, at least how I used to draw them, in a way. And thinking of how old this is from back when my English was still really bad, meaning when I was a kid, I thought it would be fun to try and redraw this in my current style and with my current skills as well. I use Smoothie Bang as a program just because I've been using it for forever now and it's too much of a pain to learn a new one. And as you can see, I always get started with a sketch. This stage is especially important to me because if I don't do a good job here, I might not even be motivated to carry the piece through to the end. It's also important to define the idea and, well, yeah, not really realize that you just don't like the essence halfway through, which is something that actually happened here with the hand, for instance. At first I wanted to show the sleeves and probably her nails because she's a vampire and I wanted her to look fancy, but in the end I decided the final pose looked better. Right after this, I used to make very clear line art, but I've discovered that making it at the very end allows me to polish, well, not at the very end, but at the end, allows me to polish shapes better through the coloring stage. This really depends on the kind of style I'm aiming for, and most of the times for song video projects, clear line art is a must. But in this case, I can be more open about my decision, so I'm making it at the end. Not to mention doing line art is often annoying and even discouraging because it takes so damn long. Right after I've decided the base colors, I go on with the shadowing. Most people I've seen get started with the hair and eyes, but to me these are both the most fun and important to make it look alive, so I'd rather start with the skin and the clothes. I liked from the original image how vampire classic its design is, combined with the peculiar combination of purple hair. Currently, I would have probably made it dark red or almost black, but that makes the rules of redrawing something a little more interesting, right? The eyes tend to give me a little of a hard time, but to be fair, who hasn't ever struggled with them? I also find there to be some magic in shading the eyes at the very end, like she's suddenly alive, as I said before. Plus, eyes are very important for defining a style and the personality of a character. And at last, I decided to innovate a little and add some jewelry. Blue to go along with Kate Mee's peculiar color choice for her makeup. I was totally thinking of my mom. Blue is also a truly beautiful color either way, so what color could be better to create some highlights? I'm usually pretty basic with jewels because I'm not incredibly fond of them, but this time around I actually looked up some reference to make it look a little more interesting. Right after, I did some line art to make her properly pop and highlight, but I also left the sketch as an extra shade and for an interesting effect. I'm still not too confident with this, but hey, it's all about finding your own style, right? And of course, the background. As simple as you can make it, it's better if it's not neglected. And since I'm still not great with more elaborate backgrounds, I'm trying though. I will become better, I promise. I just went for something simple. Then I let it cool down for a little before coming back to it and correct any final mistakes or areas that could have been better, like more details and maybe changing some shapes a little with tools. And voila! I must say I'm rather satisfied with the big change this girl went through, and as I am incapable of making a character and not wondering who they are, I decided to name her Velvet, and also decided she would be an important member of a certain organization, built a long time ago and dedicated to bringing down the king of our universe. Long story, but yeah, maybe Ian and I will talk a little about our universe in the future. And absolutely, the me from 11 years ago would certainly feel proud, even though I just realized she could have been better for a Halloween video than Christmas, but any day is a great day to be Halloweeny, so happy end of the year!